Are we live? Yes, we are live. What's going on, YouTube family? Long time no see. This is Leveraging Your L's with yours truly, Rafael Jemerson, aka Stamp. And we have my lovely co-host here, Brian the Efficient. Long time no see. What's going on, T?
Hola, hola. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It has been very busy to say the least. Productive. I won't say busy. I want to just say busy because busy can be anything. I've been productive. So I'm just happy to get back on here with the audience or whatnot. But you know me, man, trying to get these orders filled, starting to get back in the swing of things as far as like sending out, the emails with the newsletters. It had been a while since I've done that. So funny enough, like last year I was sending like 2 or 3 emails a day. I was just like in my most creative state. And no lie, I think it was Monday. I was like, let me get back in the swing of things and just, trying to send an email again. I kid you not. I was sitting there for like 30, 35 minutes trying to figure out, like, damn, what do I want to say? I don't, because I don't want to be that kind of person where, it's like you're repetitive, you're saying the same thing over again. Like, I want to give something fresh, like a new insight, give some new insights and perspectives of what's been going on. But luckily for me, I was able to find something to talk about. So, but other than that, man, you know me. It's also Q4 is here. That's another thing. We got about, I may keep it track. I think we might have 86 days left.
In a year?
86 days left. So I'm just trying to make every day count.
And that's what's up. I like that. I might have to put a countdown for the end of the year.
Got to, man. It's the 20, man. This year has gone by pretty fast too.
I did, like, literally fly.
Man,
Crazy.
flew right by. But other than that, what about you? What's been going on your side of town?
Ah, man, I've been pretty good. Chilling, working, weddings. Just trying to expand my horizons, man. Been coming up with some new ideas as per usual. Looking at the Wedding Efficient Academy grow. Love to see that. We had a good amount of people come to our social last month, and then we have another social this month. So people are excited for that. Our Facebook group is growing. And I just like how people are individually like growing in their business just from ideas being shared within the Facebook group. So that has been pretty fly. And me, I'm just getting deeper into the weddings. I'm getting ready to go to Wedding MBA. That's in Vegas at the beginning of next month. And then I have a social with Wedding Pro. That's in New York, I think on Tuesday of next week. So just, getting into the right rooms and spaces. That's all.
That part. So it's all about getting into the right rooms, meeting with the right people. They say the notary business. Notary business is sort of similar to real estate. It's all about relationships, getting in with the right people. And then sometimes getting with the right people, they'll connect you to another person who can really utilize your services. So it's all about getting with the right people. Now you said you have a wedding MBA. Is that what it's called? What is that?
So Wedding MBA is basically this huge like wedding convention that happens every year. It's for like all different types of wedding pros. They actually have like an officiant track. So just education, workshops, tabling, all that stuff specifically for officiants. They have it for all other vendors as well, but there's just so little officiant education and like spaces and communities that for them to have their like our own track. Super cool. This is my first year. I know a couple people who went last year, a couple people going this year. They said it is a lot of fun, but it's a lot of information. It's over 3 days. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And from what I'm seeing, it seems like everybody's going to be there. People that like are further along in the industry than me and people that I kind of look up to and follow, like all of them are going to be there. So I just want to get in the mix, man. You already know me. I like to be in the mix. Wedding Pro is going to be there, being a part of their fellowship. It'll be good to meet a lot of those people like in person, meet some of my other fellows as well, but really just like the educators and seeing what I take from it and going to Vegas because
yeah, I was about to say that part too. Don't forget that. It's in Vegas too.
Yeah.
Man, that's lit right there. Is that something new? Is that something new that just started this year, or is something that may have been going on?
No, that's been happening. I can't even tell you when it started because I just got into the industry 2 years ago, but it's been happening. And like I said, it's really, really, really big. They have like particular speakers. You can get a table there. They have what is it called? Exhibitions or what exhibitors, whatever. Like, you know, when
Yeah,
you
yeah,
like have the, yeah, you walk around table to table, they have all of that out there. Man, I'm telling you, this is like preparation. Like, I need to prepare for this. I need to prepare
yeah,
what classes I'm going to go see. You know, what are some things I want to do? What are like particular people I want to talk to? What are some content I want to create while I'm out there? Like, we
yeah,
really have these nice opportunities to, as like entrepreneurs, we have opportunities to like learn, but then also like have some duality there, like make
yeah,
it a content thing. Now you have a whole bunch of content, you know, for whatever you got going on, and it has nothing to do with
yeah,
weddings. It's all, you know, B-roll or whatever you want to call it.
yeah.
And then on top of that, a lot of these activities that I can do here can be written off because all of this is for business purposes. So that's like the other part. So if you see these conferences out there, man, take the leap of faith. I bought this ticket like 6 months ago when it was only $250. That's the early bird, child. I was like,
Yeah,
okay, well, if it only go up, I might as well get it now.
right.
But as time is like coming down, the more that I see people are talking about it, it's just like making me more excited. I see some of my peers talking about it and what they got from it last year. There's like a whole officiant Facebook group just for wedding MBA. So I'm like, all right, this is something kind of serious. Like, cool. So it's cool when you know learn new things in your industry too. So that's always.
No, that's lit. Is Norm gonna be up there?
I don't think Norm is coming. I don't think Norm is coming, which is sad. But I do saw some other people from the academy is going to be there. So hopefully I can link with them or just even some officiants that are based in like the Vegas area.
Yeah,
That should be fun. And hopefully they have like a couple of more. There's like another big one called Wedding Pro Core that
yeah.
typically happens. And I haven't heard nothing about it yet. But if they have one, I'm going to that too.
Bro, that's fire, man. That's fire. And I
Yeah.
think what's so dope about it is like you being from Jersey, coming all the way to almost to the West Coast a bit, spreading your wings a bit, and then obviously with you being efficient and also hiring efficients as well. I think that's going to open up another world of opportunities for you for business over here on the West Coast as well. So that's lit. I like that a lot. More
Yeah.
people should do that. More people, like especially like notaries or officials, wherever you are, you should get out and meet more people anyway. Because it's funny enough, I attended this event yesterday. It was called the Estate Planning Council, and it's like specifically for, I wouldn't say specifically, but it's mostly for attorneys, fiduciaries, I want to say financial planners, financial advisors, pretty much anyone that's in wealth management and finances. They're in these rooms, and sure enough, I show up, show my face. One of the first things I always hear is like, "Oh, we need a notary." I don't know any notaries,
Mm-hmm.
and we reap the benefits of attending these particular events because we're typically only the only people that's willing to show up and show our faces and able to build, get out and make the relationships and build with these people. So for everyone watching this, get out and meet some people. It's been about 3 years since we all shut down. The world is open up now, so there's really no excuse for why you can't get out and meet some people and get some more business, especially with the year ended so fast. Um, I wanted to ask, man, with Q4, like this year has been going by pretty fast, as we was speaking about before we jumped on. Um, how has Q4 been for you so far? What's any sense of urgency, or is just pretty much just we just steady, we just go keep it steady as the year closes out?
Honestly, I ain't gonna hold you. We keeping it steady. Mainly because it's so much like happening on the back end that I'm like changing. I'm constantly changing my process. I'm constantly changing like, with my voices, my brand voice. But honestly, for me, Q4 is really just about like taking risks a little bit.
Yeah,
Tonight, I have like a meeting where I'm like pitching a live event idea to these two other businesses that are in my area for something I want to do for like getting more couples and stuff like that. So even something like that is like exciting. It's like, okay, I've literally put together a pitch deck, which, shout out to Bruce, New Skills, New You. I learned a lot of like almost like VA skills, you know what I'm saying, on the side from him. I didn't realize that's what it was, but he trusted me to do things for his business and his brand, and I learned what that looked like and the words around it and stuff. So shout out
yeah,
to him. A new skill would definitely change your life. But putting together this pitch deck, it just gave me so much more confidence around my idea. It allowed me to get some research around my idea, and it allowed me to think more strategically about the people that I want to partner with and exactly why I want to partner with them and what the benefit for them is and what the benefit for me is. And it really is like I can't see it losing at this point. So I feel like when you go into your meetings, with that type of mindset, it's like, of course, they're going to like your idea and want to move forward with it. So
yeah,
that's one thing that I love about Q4. It's just getting me into like a more like bolder space.
yeah.
And so now I want to do things that like people that's in my field, they just ain't doing. And that's what I liked it. So I'm ready for Q4. I'm excited.
Same here. Same here. It's been a really great year as far as business goes, new relationships and everything. I would say for me, same thing, just trying to close the year out on a high note, continue to meet people, just continue to plant more seeds. I figure, you plant these seeds over the next 90 days, it's going to pay off once we get to 2024. We start the year off right. So just continue to, continue to connect with these attorneys, estate planning, personal injury, trying to meet more people that need estate planning on the probate side as well. Funny enough, like I always say, I'll be so focused on the estate planning side. I come across mortgage brokers, I come across the loan officers and real estate agents. So I started to get more and more loan signings, which is kind of funny in a sense. Like I had connected with this client who was purchasing a home in Arkansas, and did the signing for him, find out who the title company is, find out the title company is based in Arkansas. So I did a signing for them, I want to say last month, and then they ended up contacting me this past Monday for a signing. And these are the type of title companies I like to work with. Number one, they're on the smaller side. Two, you don't have to wait 10, 15 days to get paid. And a lot of times they want you to go directly to either the buyer or the seller to get your payment. So I love working with those particular companies. And so as the year closes out, I'm trying to dive deeper into that field.
Yeah.
Get more of those type of signings, and hopefully in January we can hit the ball rolling.
How was your like your birthday, your vacay? Because I know we come over here and we always talk business. We always talk business. But you did just celebrate a birthday. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
You did shut down shop to go on vacation. So I just need you to talk just like a little teach about making time to celebrate your actual like victories, everything that you've been doing this year, staying consistent. You still need that time to really celebrate. So
thanks. No, thank you. I appreciate that. It was really good. I went to where did we go to? I'm over here drawing a blank. I went to Ensenada, Mexico. Went on a cruise, and then we ended up going to Catalina Island. It's like it's like near LA. It's not too far away. I had a good time. I had a really good time. It had been a while since I gotten away for take a vacation. I'm always head first into the work and just focus on getting that done first before I go on vacation. But it was fun, man. So I spent the whole week on vacation, and during that week I had 8 signings. So so the signing still got completed. Luckily for me, we didn't have no issues during that week. Like I didn't have no one that left documents. It wasn't no errors. I just got lucky. I want to say everything went completely smooth. Went to Mexico. Funny thing about being in Mexico, man, I realized those are some hustlers.
Oh yeah,
they are some grinders. When I got off because when you get off the boat. You get off the boat and then they have like the what's it called? Like the bus?
Yeah, like the shuttle kind of.
Yeah, the shuttle bus. Yeah, so we go on the shuttle and they showing us like different parts in Mexico about I guess it was like a bar. I went there, had like I found out where the margarita came from.
Oh.
And the actual location of where it was actually started from.
Oh, that's fun.
So I had a strawberry margarita. I was already out of there by like 1:00. Toasted, done. I was out of there. Margaritas, tequilas, all of that. I was out of there. And after that, we went to like some type of marketplace where where like all the restaurants and people or whatnot. So we get off of there. I kid you not. They're like, "Oh, do you want to buy this? Or you want to buy that?" I'm like, "Man, let me let me get settled in first before I start buying anything." And I respect it though.
Yeah.
I respect it though, man, because those folks are hustlers. I mean,
Mhm.
they selling from cigars to shoes to
Everything.
wristbands. I mean, you name. I couldn't even breathe. I couldn't even breathe. They was on me hard. But I think too, because they know we Americans, so they know we
Yeah.
Americans and tourists. They know we're gonna spend money anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. The funny part about it too was they even had the kids. Right, so there was a couple of little girls. They had the I don't know if it was like wristbands, whatever they were selling. And they got their whole spiel. They got the look on their face, like, oh, they doing the whole thing. I'm like, okay, I see what's going on here. I see what's really going on. But like I said, I respect it though, man, because they hustlers, man. They got to get their money, man, and especially too with the currency being pesos. So here's another thing I noticed too. So I was tripping initially because I had passed the gas station. And I'm looking at the gas price and it said like 21, 29. I'm like, dang, gas is high out here. But I'm not even realizing this is in pesos. And so I do the numbers. I was like, what is 21, 29 in US dollars? It was like $1.29 or something like that.
Yeah.
Super cheap. So I'm thinking like, if I'm coming over here and I'm spending 10, 15, 20, $100, they good. They good for a few weeks. And so I was like, oh, that makes perfect sense to why they come to this specific area, why they drop us off at this area, because they want to make sure they, we contributed to their community and make sure we, they purchase and stuff. So otherwise, I had a really good time. I got a Cohiba cigar, Cuban cigar, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, overall, I had a really good time. It was really good to get away for once, because like I said, I'm always working. Head is always in the work, getting things done. But I was also eager to get back as well. Cause I was like, all right, I got that itch to get back to work. It was like, even though I still had the signings that was completed, I didn't have to do them, but I still wanted to get back. So, but I had a good time overall. And hopefully we can do something like that again, go overseas or go somewhere, hopefully Paris or something like that, Hawaii, somewhere.
Yeah, no, that's fine. No, you definitely got to make a vacation out of it, because as an entrepreneur, like, we don't get those paid vacations. We don't get those 2 weeks. We don't get any of those. We really have to make it our own, and to make it our own and actually disconnect from work. Like, don't make a work trip and, have some fun on your work trip. Like, literally a trip specifically, no work, no nothing. You shut down your calendar, and, the focus is resetting, period. So you have to make those moments. I think 2024 is going to be that for me. I was like, last year didn't do it. This year can't see it happening. But next year, some got to give next year. We got to.
Now I was gonna say you hit the nail on the head with the we don't get paid vacations, so it's easy for my wife to be like, oh, we don't go on vacation for a week. I'm like, what? For a week? You get PTO, I don't. I don't have PTO, so that's why I said I was like, even though I had 8 signings that week, I was like, okay, I'm a drink till I'm blue in the face, but I'm gonna make sure these signings get done. So I got lucky. So I really got lucky with those 8 signings getting completed. Because I was like, a week long vacation as an entrepreneur with no PTO, please. I normally wouldn't do nothing like that. I normally would. Like, she just went ahead and like, hey, we're going on vacation. I was like, okay, cool. I mean, I'm thinking for a couple of days. She's like, for a week?
Yeah.
I'm like, hold on. Do you know I don't get paid unless someone needs a notary, right? So, but hey, everything got done in a timely manner, and I still had a good time. So, but yeah, that's one of my biggest takeaways. Like I said, was just those folks out there. They are hustlers. Mm-hmm. Man, they was getting to it. Like I couldn't walk. Like it seemed like every time I passed the spot. Oh, come here. We got drinks, we got tacos, like everywhere. Like, oh, we got shoes, we got this, we got that. I'm like, man, y'all really get after it. We gotta, over here in America, I gotta tug people to be like, hey, can you go to work? And if we do ask them, can they go to work? It's gotta be, oh, I need this or I need that in order to work. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, these folks out here, they ain't not tripping on none of that. They like, yo, I got product, this is for sale. Can we do business? Yeah. And that's that. So it was overall a great experience altogether. So, but again, thank you for letting me know happy belated birthday. It seemed like it was so long ago.
Really not. It was last week, wasn't it?
No, it was 2 weeks ago.
That was 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, because it was during the week of, hold on, let me double check. I'm looking at the calendar. So I went through it. So I went from the 18th to the 22nd. So yeah, it's like 2 weeks ago.
Yes, yes. All right, word.
Yeah, it's all good. It felt like so long ago, but like I said, I had an overall great time. I'm just happy to be back. Honestly, happy to be back and get things done. Um, yeah, man, folks is hustlers, man. They was getting to it out there. I
And
respect.
like you said, the conversion is so crazy. Like I haven't gone to Mexico since 2016, but even back then, like I mean, they were on it. But then on the other part, and this is going to transition into our topic, but they negotiators, okay? They trying to get that American dollar, which is worth way more than their pesos,
Yeah.
and they gonna come at you with a high price, right? Because you're a tourist, they're gonna see if you want to fall
Oh
for
yeah,
it
they
for
got
it. You know what I
they got
mean? Because everybody come from all over the world to Mexico. Like it's not just
yeah,
America going to Mexico. No, baby, they get in Paris, they get in Germany, they get in everywhere. You know what I mean? So they gonna come at you with those really high prices at first, and as soon as you like nah, then they be like, okay, can we do this, can we do, because they're not trying to leave no money on the table. They coming out
yeah,
with something. They're not leaving with this product. You got to take this and you got to give me some money. But one thing I do love is like, again, that negotiation like piece. Like they try to make sure like, listen, this is the benefits of it. All right, you don't want to spend $15 for it, you want to spend 10, you
right,
want to spend 12. Like they go down little bit by little bit until you like, all right, damn, just to leave me alone. Just you know
right,
what I mean? Take these little couple of dollars, but
right.
it's something about just like not being afraid to like ask those questions and like go like
Mm-hmm.
that extra, take that little extra step just to make sure they being compensated and you still getting what you need to get.
Facts. Yeah, because we paid $55 for some tacos out there, and I'm like, I had 6 tacos. How did we get 50? Why is that $55? But I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna let you get that off though. I understand the game. I'm gonna let you get that off. It's all good. I'm a little under the influence right now, but I didn't forget. I didn't forget that. Nah, I think I may have had tequila, 4 or 5 margaritas that day, but I still remember that. It's like, oh, I paid $55 for 6 tacos between me and my wife.
Yeah, yeah,
How did that
got you.
come about?
That's more than out here.
Yeah, that's more out here. But it's like, okay, it's cool. You got it. I'll let you. Yeah, I'm gonna let you get that off. I'll let you get that
That's
off.
funny.
$55 for tacos. Like, all right, cool. All right, you got us. You got us. It's all good.
Oh man.
No, that leads me to our topic with man controlling the terms.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I sent out an email about this. I want to say either Monday or yesterday. So I follow a couple of Facebook groups, notary Facebook groups, and one of the biggest complaints that I always see is I didn't get paid on time. What do I do if I didn't get paid? If I'm following up with these companies regarding payment, and I'm seeing some of these folks are having to wait 90, 60 to 90 to 120 days. Someone said it was like 120 days late on the payment,
Mm-hmm.
and some of these and people are waiting this amount of time for just like $85 to $100, which is like insane. So I want to talk about, man, how can we help notaries control, the terms within, control the terms, controlling how you get paid, how much you get paid, and when you get paid, right? So first thing that's going to come to mind always is you got to go direct. You have to go direct in order to control the terms, right? The only instance where you're able to control the terms as far as when you get how much you're going to get paid is if it's like you working with a signing service and they have like an emergency signing and they absolutely don't have no one that could take on this signing, right? That's in a situation where it's like, okay, it's a stick up, right? You say you want to pay 90, it's like, no, I need 150 for this. And if the signing service isn't making any profit and they want to make sure they take care of this client, they're going to end up paying that paying that 150, right?
Thanks.
So I would say how to control the terms. Number one, obviously you got to go direct. What are some ways that you can go direct with controlling the terms? Number one, you got to know who you want to work with. So, right, who do you want to focus on? Do you want to focus on attorneys? Do you want to focus on loan signings, or do you want to focus on a specific service, whether it's apostilles or fingerprinting or whatnot? Right. All right, cool. So now we understand who do we want to work with, right? So how do we control when we get paid? When we get paid. I think that's one of the biggest things is controlling when you get paid. So there's a couple ways you can do this. Number one is obviously getting paid up front. Getting paid up front is absolutely how you can control that part, right? a lot of times some notaries are just so accustomed to just accepting like, oh, I gotta wait 30 days or I gotta wait 45 days to get paid. Sometimes if you're working with a particular title company, they may they may make you wait 10 to 15 days. But if you have but you gotta sometimes you gotta be bold, right? You gotta be willing to ask and say, hey, are you able to pay up front? Or not even say not even ask to get paid up front. Like, no, we are requesting that we get paid up front. Because one thing I've noticed is when you get paid up front, that takes away all that anxiety and those feelings of wondering when I'm gonna get paid. You feeling a certain way about a particular company because you feel like they're disrespecting you by not paying you on your terms. So to eliminate all those feelings and that anxiety, request to get paid up front. You requesting if you get paid up front, then that's when it's like, okay, cool. I feel much better about this. Let me make sure I'm providing the highest quality of service for this client, so I can continue to get paid up front all the time. Another way that you can control the terms. So let's say, for example, if you have a relationship with a particular company, and they may not want to pay you up front, right? They may not want to pay you up front. They may only want to pay you when the service is completed. What you want to do is you want to get the information. You want to get the information, whether it's like, let's say you get their card number, right? And the only way you're able to pull this off is if you have like a payment processing platform. So that could be like Stripe, PayPal, or Square. And the way you want to do this is you get their card information and you can say like, oh, we need a security deposit to secure your appointment. So you can charge them like $1 or something like that. And when the signing is completed, because you have the information on file, you're going to go ahead and automatically charge them for service provided, right? Because a lot of times when we do provide the service, you have a client that say, oh, I'm going to pay you so and so. They're going to pay you by the end of the day, or they're going to pay you tomorrow. If you don't follow up with them, it's on you don't know when you're going to get paid, right? And then again, you have these feelings of like, oh, when they're going to pay me, and I don't want to have to approach them in this particular way because you may still want their business at the end of the day. So what you want to do is get their information, charge them like $1 for like to hold their appointment, and then when the appointment is completed, then you can charge them. Just automatically charge them. So do you have any other tips as far as how to control, like helping notaries with controlling the terms on how much they get paid and when they should get paid outside of what I just said, or you just want to expound on what I've said so far?
I mean, you already know I do not live in that notary space no more. And even when I did, and even when I dealt with signing services, or not even signing services. I barely dealt with signing services. I think I dealt with yours. And most signing services I dealt with were notary owned. Let me say that. Yeah. So when you can deal with a notary owned signing service, they're already a notary. They kind of understand what you're already going through. That's why they created their own agency. So for me, I didn't deal with none of that. When I dealt with title companies, they were more likely to be out of state. And so I have had instances where I had to like wait for a payment for someone who is out of state, or I'm working with, just an independent, like not realtor, but like an investor or whatever. And now it's just like working again with that person, and maybe the payment come a little bit late on that regard too. But I definitely think having that authorization form is going to be super good, even in weddings. Like I hear about that a lot in weddings. Depending on how you want to set up your payment, you can do deposit, you can do full payment, but really it's about when that second payment is due or when that final payment is due. The closer you get to the wedding, the more likely you'll start to hear a lot more, you know what I mean? Like that's when stuff gets a little bit quiet. And then there's even situations where you want to have a late fee. Like I know with notary, we don't think about no late fee. We don't think about our time and like, these type of blocks. It's kind of like, all right, well, I'm already there. So however long it takes for us to complete this, that's just a part of, what the payment is. Whereas weddings, it's a little bit different. Our start time is 5. Yet I'm still here at 5:30. Now I have to charge you $50 every 15 minutes that we're past 5:30. Right. And so a lot of questions I get is, how do we then get that payment? Or if they haven't paid yet, like, what do we do? Do we still go to the wedding? Blah, blah, blah. So my biggest thing is, one, if you can just get the confidence to ask for your full payment up front, please do. That's just really what it boils down to. Understand that there's officiants out here that are charging over $500, over $1,000, over $2,000, and they're asking for their full payment upfront to book, and you're asking for 200, 355. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we're afraid to, you know, not ask for that up front. So that's really something big. Get bold enough to just ask for your money up front. It just gives that person more confidence that you're going to show up, especially if you have a contract or just something to add to that confidence. Secondly, is if you do decide to do a deposit, then you need that second payment to be happening like 2 weeks before the wedding date versus a week before or 2 days before or the day of or the day before. I think the closer we get to when the services are rendered, and then after the services are rendered, I feel like whoever provided the services feel at a disadvantage to ask for their money because the services have already been completed. So if you can get your money before the services are done, you're always going to be in the best situation. But if that can't happen, that credit card authorization form is absolutely like should be your best friend. I love the idea of just doing like $1 just to secure your appointment, and then you run the balance like immediately after. So now I don't have to have a conversation with you. You don't have to tell me your Cash App don't work. You don't have to tell me your card is left at home. We ain't got to talk about none of that because I got this information when we booked. And then again, same thing with weddings. If something is late, they're like, okay, well, I done paid all of this. I'm already married. You done already did the service, and now you're charging me an extra $150. There sometimes is a lot of pushback from that. Me personally, I don't do credit card authorization forms because I do require my full payment up front. But on the times where I had to enforce a late payment or something like that, like I just let them know their services, like their marriage license just wouldn't be valid because it's not getting mailed in until I get my money. So I mean, of course I'll mail it in still because I'm not trying to get sued on the back end. It's really just like a sense of urgency for them. But in New Jersey, like you got to pick up your marriage license. People will have no idea, you know, whether it got there or not. You know, they were not going to follow up. So I think that urges them a little bit more to just do what they, you know, need to do. But that credit card authorization form will be your best friend. Asking for payment upfront will be your best friend. And requiring maybe payment even before you started getting, you know, done with the notary work needs to be your best friend because you already are physically there. So now you're going to take the money and then turn around and walk out. You know what I mean? You're already there. So yeah, that's my biggest thing. But with sign-in services, focus on going direct because they can play in your face just for the simple fact that there's just too many other people who are willing to fill that spot. So they will happily not pay you and move on to somebody else. And the biggest advantage you're going to have is if they're in an emergency situation where you do dictate your terms a little bit more. So if you get pushback, don't be surprised. You know what I mean? Like you just got to be able to take that.
Yeah, there's always going to be some type of pushback where they may say, hey, can I get it done? I can do the signing, but I can do it for this particular fee. If most signing service, they're going to tell you, well, we're actually kind of firm on this signing. So we're going to go in another direction, but we'll keep you in mind in case we have another one. And even then, I deal with that at times too, where I got to be firm on a particular signing, but you know, I try to keep them in mind in case we have anything that comes across our desk. Another thing I want to touch on, and you hit the nail on the head with this one, is just being bold enough to ask. Because when you come into this business, it's always they push you. It's almost like they push you towards the signing services, and absolutely, there's nothing wrong with working with signing services in the beginning. But I would just say you just got to be bold enough to just ask for your payment up front. And I tell you, working with signing services, you're not going to get paid up front, you know. So I mean, that is a thing. But I would push people to focus on going direct when you first begin, because the more times you ask or you request to get paid up front, then you're going to be more comfortable with just letting it be known, like, hey, we do request, company policy, we do request to get paid up front. And then it's not even a thing. And then most times too, most clients, if you tell them that, they're going to go ahead and pay it anyway. Now, if you put yourself in a position where it's like, hey, you can either pay for it up front or you can wait till after. What do you think most people are going to do? They're going to say, oh, I'd rather pay after.
Yeah.
If you are firm and say, hey, a request to get paid up front, then they're going to be like, okay, especially if they need the service, they're going to go ahead and just pay for your services up front. So it just get in the habit of just letting it be known. And then the more you continue to do it, then it's like, oh, this is nothing. I'll always get paid up front for my services. So that's the way to control the terms. But yeah, just make sure you have the tools in place as well. So if you don't have like the tools, like most people, I don't take payment in cash like that. So I always get paid like with your card. So if you don't have like I said, a Square or PayPal or Stripe or any of those platforms, it's gonna be pretty hard for you to get paid up front. So
Or even Calendly, like you using Calendly will be helpful as well, because a lot of people don't really have a scheduling service. They just kind of still take, calls manually and stuff like that. And again, like you can have it to where they can't even schedule with you without, putting in a full payment. And for me, I feel like that helped eliminate like a lot of those, phone calls and people just like price shopping and just wasting your time and stuff like that. And I feel like the other thing that really had helped as well is like it makes you more like, oh, okay, like all right, I got a notary appointment. I don't know why this happens, but whenever someone like schedules an appointment on Calendly, my PayPal comes first and then the Calendly comes after. So even seeing that, it's like, oh, okay, cool. And it's like, where's this from? And then your Calendly pops down. It's like, oh, okay, I got a notary appointment. It's just like, oh, what, you're already paid for it. I just feel like you just have more enthusiasm, you know what I'm saying, to go ahead and get done what you need to get done versus you talking on the phone with someone, they're going back and forth, asking you all these questions, yada, yada, yada. And then you give them your payment and you tell them what the price is and then you got to deal with more back and forth. So I would say absolutely have it on your Calendly as well, because some people look at your website first and then that'll give them an indication of how much one of their, like your services will cost. Yeah. So either they're going to book you or even if they do call you, they still have an indication of what your services cost. So you really should have even more boldness to double down and be like, yeah, it's 55. Yeah, it's 95. Yeah, it's whatever.
She said, just jumping on, do you send the link after call? I'm probably, maybe she's talking about weddings. I'm not sure.
No, I think she might have been talking about, do you send a link after the call? Maybe you're talking about the Calendly link if someone calls and wants
yeah. Oh, yeah. So I'll give you an example. So what was this last week? Last week, I had a lady down in Santa Cruz call me. She was on my website. She's like, hey, I have some estate plan documents I need to get signed, and I was just on your website, and I just wanted to know, can I just book it through your link, and then if so, are you gonna have a notary come out? Because she just didn't know. Yeah. And then I just explained it to her like, yeah, if you use our scheduling link, it'll come on our calendar, and then once we receive your confirmation, we'll follow up to let you know we received it, and then we'll let you know who the notary will be servicing you or whatnot. And it's like, yeah, and she was also saying, do we have to pay first? Yes. Got to pay first before we send out a notary. So it probably took her about 5 or 10 minutes or so. And initially I wasn't even going to call her back because I didn't receive her, her confirmation for the signing. So I ended up following up with her, and sure enough, she ended up paying ahead of time and got the signing on our calendar. And then we just ended up booking an appointment. So I say that to say, if someone calls you, you just let them know, like, hey, they could just book call. They could just, if they want to schedule the signing with you through your link, you can do that right after. She said, sorry, haven't completed any weddings yet. Still, let me see. She said, sorry, haven't completed any weddings yet. Ordained, still haven't marketed yet. Well, you're on the call with the right person, so he will get you right.
Yeah, I would definitely encourage you to hop onto our social. We're having one on October 19th, which is I think 2 Thursdays from now. I think it's like the second or third Thursday. We also have a Facebook group as well. So those are just some of our free opportunities, resources for you to learn more about officiating. We have a mentorship as well as you can do coaching calls with me. So whenever you are ready to get started, we are here for you. But I would agree with you as well. Like when it comes to notary stuff, a lot of the times it's like I'll get the call. People are asking me what the price is for my service. And then I'll send them, the link after and be like, hey, please feel free to schedule your mobile notary, yada, yada, yada. a lot of times they're already aware again of how much it's going to cost. A lot of people who have already worked with me, they'll just go back and, go on the calendar, which we love to see. And sometimes I don't answer the phone depending on what it is that I'm doing, or if I'm in the middle of something or whatever. And I'll just send a follow-up text like immediately after, are you looking for this service or this service? And most of the time they are looking for notary service. And if you use Calendly, Calendly has a routing link, which basically you can set up a workflow where you can ask kind of like preliminary questions. You can ask like, what type of service are you looking for? It'll have like a drop down. They can pick how many signers they need. They can pick what the location is. You basically create the questions that you want to use to filter out what type of service you think this person will most likely need from you. And then with that routing, Calendly will automatically, based on the answers to the questions, will send them to the service that is most likely going to be needed for them. So even for me, it's like when they're like, oh, I need a notary, I'm not even asking what type of documents, what time, all the other stuff. I'm immediately like, oh, okay, perfect. This, link will help you schedule an appointment. And now that helps filter them out. And I don't physically have to do the filtering. So that helps as well. I like the Calendly routing link a lot.
It's interesting. I had someone, I had posted a Calendly video the other day on, just how to use Calendly as a mobile notary. And it's interesting that a lot of notaries do not know about Calendly still to this day.
Nope.
It's so interesting because I feel like the information is out there, but folks are still doing it the way where it's like, hey, I'm still getting phone calls. I just book it that way, which is absolutely nothing wrong with that. I just feel like
I would still put it in Calendly.
Yeah,
even if I'm booking on the phone, I'm still putting in Calendly because there's just too many benefits. There's too many automations there. You can automatically send a review request. They automatically get confirmation. They can reconfirm, making sure that they know, hey, our appointment is this time. You can see the reconfirmation come in. You can get reminders. Like, it's just way too much you can do on the automation side with Calendly that is just no reason why everybody's not using it.
Yeah, and my favorite feature with the with Calendly is obviously the review request, because I have it set up to where I have so I have the personalized link, right? That's for all my repeat clients, and every time they book a signing, I get reviews that come in. I don't even got to do nothing because because more times than not, they're including their client's email, their text information, so I can actually have the notary reach out to them to confirm the appointment and time and whatnot. And I get reviews that come in automatically without even having to send it out because Calendly does it for you. So I love it. I love it. But
and you can have them send out something, beforehand, after, like you can time, when you can send those things out as well. So it's really, really, really good. Like, it's no reason, again, while people aren't looking into Calendly, it's not that expensive. It has a lot of features, a lot of integrations. You can connect it to your Google Calendar and stuff like that. So you're not like double booking yourself. Cause like both of my Calendlies merge with each other. So my wedding one and my notary one. So I can be getting a notary appointment and I know for sure they're not going to have like the space for my weddings are booked off. Like you can't do a notary appointment then. So having that integration, especially when you have like more than one business, more than one commitment, that's going to be super helpful, because if you block off time on your Google Calendar, that will automatically show up as unavailable on your Calendly calendar. So people can't even book that time. You know what I mean? It's like, it just makes the most sense.
Makes it so much easier. And that's another way of controlling the terms. Like, that's what I mean. Controlling the terms can be more than just monetary reason. Like controlling the terms within your business, how people can book with you, how people do business with you in general. You just want to be able to take back that power.
Yeah.
A lot of times, in the beginning, you don't. It's kind of hard to get that power when you must mainly focusing on just working with signing services. But if you come into this with trying to take that power back from the way people book their signings with you, from the way you get paid, how much you can get paid, you feel so much more confident about your business and why you got into this business initially. Because it can be frustrating work. I mean, it can be frustrating. Imagine you done 4 or 5 signings with a particular company, and you got to follow up with them to find out, hey, when am I going to get paid? You got to send threatening collection letters, and then now you got to go to Facebook. You're looking for sympathy. You're trying to find out what are some things you can do. Like, it's really frustrating dealing with that. So I say that to say, control the terms, take back some of your power, and you're gonna feel much more. You're gonna feel much more better about being in your business every single day. So you ain't got to be feeling like, oh, maybe I didn't make the right decision. Maybe I should go into another field.
Yeah.
I know this is a great business to be a part of. You just gotta have that knowledge and have that know-how and be bold enough to ask for what you want. No, not ask, request. No, I'm not asking. This is what I'm requesting.
Yeah.
Either you're gonna do this or you can go in another direction and keep it like that. So let me see.
That's a good question.
She said, how do you go about no shows or additional documents, extended time for appointment? Can you share briefly, please? You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I feel like in terms of no-shows, again, this is where Calendly will be beneficial to you as a business owner, because you can set up a reminder where it asks them to reconfirm that they're going to be available at the appointment. And you can set that up to be an hour before, 30 minutes before, 15 minutes before, 5 minutes before. Like, you can pick when you want that reminder to go out. That has tremendously decreased my no-shows, even in consultations for my weddings. Like, I know whether this person forgot or whether this person's actually going to be there, because I'll get an email 30 minutes beforehand saying that this person reconfirmed about your meeting. So they're knowledgeable about it, and they know within 30 minutes they have this, type of requirement. And then you can have another reminder get sent out 15 minutes before your meeting as well. So one, the reconfirmation feature, the reminders features, you can do reminders via text or email, reminders for yourself, reminders for whoever, scheduled the appointment. So that's one. For no-shows, if you don't have no reminders and you're not physically calling and reminding people, but they made the appointment 2-3 days ago, good luck. I hope they show up. They might not show up. How you remember, I don't know. But, you don't want to put that on yourself manually, because your day can be running. And the next thing you know, it's like 15-20 minutes before your appointment and you're trying to get there. You ain't even got time to remind somebody else to make sure they there. You just try to get yourself there. So that's one thing that'll really, really, really help. And then it's in terms of additional fees for additional documents. Again, if someone confirmed what they have booked already when you get there, hey, we're doing a power of attorney today. And then they'll be like, oh, well, yeah, we're doing a power of attorney, but I want to do, can I do 2 copies? Can I do 3 copies? Now you have the opportunity to address them at the beginning of the appointment. Hey, this is what I came for. This is what you told me. Now, if you have something additional, let's talk about what that price will look like. And then that needs to be that conversation then. Don't say, oh, okay, it's going to be a little bit more, and then do everything and then tell them what the more is at the end. If you see that is something that's happening to you commonly, then you need to change your approach when you get to the actual signing and just be like, hey, confirm again. I'm here to do a power of attorney. I'm here to do a estate plan. We have a will. We have this today. And if they give you anything outside of that, that's the opportunity to be like, hey, it's going to be this additional $50, $25 or whatever. And how you're going to collect that payment. It has to be collected before I get started. It has to be collected immediately after, or I can't give you back the papers until, whatever. Or maybe you'll be let them sign, you do your notary part, and while you're doing your notary part, they can be processing the payment. Like, you have to figure out how you want to control the table. But one thing I learned very early in the notary business is that you need to learn how to control the table, because if not, the table will control you. That means people are talking and messing up documents. They're asking a whole bunch of questions that you don't have the answers to. They're taking super long to read everything. You have to control the table. You have to be able to redirect people. And it just takes a lot of practice, because it's uncomfortable. You feeling like you're on behalf of someone else. You're just happy that someone is using your business. You don't want to get a bad review. There's so many reasons why we start off very meek in our business and very shy. And it's absolutely understandable. But if you want to have a stronger business, you do have to get bolder in your business practices, what you accept, what you don't accept, payment. You have to be able to communicate these things, and people respect your business way more when you're able to do that, because they know they can't play around with you, basically, or they can go find somebody to play around with. It still just don't need to be you.
Yeah, you dropped a whole lot of bars on that one. I don't even know how to what to add on to that. You dropped a whole lot of bars. Only thing I could probably add to that was like, yeah, you can yeah, you can. They got a feature on there where you can reduce the no shows as far as like the time that you want to have the text reminders going out. Because I mean, we got a lot of stuff going on throughout the day, so we're not going to always remember to send a reminder. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to remind you, so I'm gonna have it set up through Calendly where it's going to send it out automatically, where you can do that. For the additional documents, so in situations like that, I always call. I'll call. Just like, hey, I just want to just this is Rafael with Stamper Signing. So I just want to say thank you for choosing us. Thank you for choosing us for handling to assist with handling your documents. I just wanted to confirm if this is the right all the documents that need to be signed and notarized. And if they tell me this is the amount of documents that's going to be signed, and then I go to the signing and I find out it's the additional documents, and then right then and there, you just let them know, okay, hey, just want to give you a heads up. It's going to be an additional cost for these particular documents that you added on. Extended time for appointments. I mean, I haven't had really too many situations where I've had to stay longer than expected. Only times that I mean, the situation that does happen, it's like typically with like power of attorneys and people not reading the documents where it says you need a witness. So that's typically the times where I have to stay longer than expected. I typically don't charge an additional time because I'm already got paid handsomely anyway for that particular signing anyway. So that happens. And then she had another question where it says, do you include non-refundable verbiage? Yes, you would do that. There's like a section in the calendar where it says like payment terms.
Yep.
And you can put like not your like you can go to Chat GPT and just have them like draw up like type in, hey, I want to type write out a non-refundable verbiage for no shows or cancellations. Copy and paste that into your Calendly for your payment terms. And that's how you would do that there. So
Yep.
pretty easy. But like I said, yeah, Tira, she dropped all the bars on that one as well. So it's not much more I can add to that. She said any time is a headache. Just want to everyone else handle it. Yeah, it could be a headache, but I would just, at the end of the day, it's always going to come down to communication. So if you have the signing and you got more appointments and the appointment's taking much longer than expected, just let them know. It's like don't sit there and be feeling some type of way and it's taking longer than expected. Like you got to speak for yourself. You got to let them know like, hey, my time is valuable. Now you don't got to tell them my time is valuable. You don't want to be rude about it. You just want to let them know like, hey, the appointment is running a little longer than I expected. I just want to follow to see if you guys have everything that you need. Because if not, I do have to leave for my next appointment. But if you do want me to stay over, it is going to come at an additional cost. And if you're dealing with some people that's understanding and they value your time, they're going to pay you. But if you're dealing with someone that's not really serious about it, then hey, just go ahead and leave. All money ain't good money.
Yeah, they definitely not gonna care. I would definitely say this. What are some of the reasons for the extension? If it's, them not having everything they need at the appointment, then that might need to be like a screening call, when you're having it, make sure you have your IDs, make sure you have this, make sure you have the documents, whatever. Even if I don't have another appointment, I have another appointment. So I'm not staying, for too long. And you have to kind of have that like up in your head as well. You have to look at the documents, how long feasibly you think this is going to take. Don't get me wrong, there's so many things that can happen. People have children, people have other family members, people have, pets and stuff like that can, once you get there, you're just like, all right, I've been here for 15 minutes and we haven't started yet. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many things that can happen, but it's like, again, have your process down packed. What does your process look like when you get in there? Are you asking for IDs? Are you filling out your journal first? Are you letting them sign a paper first? Are you reading their oath and affirmation first? Like, which way are you flowing through the way that you do your signings? They really should not be different, no matter how many people you have or anything like that. Your flow should be your flow. And a lot of times they're like waiting on you to give instruction. If I'm being completely honest, like they're literally waiting. They have no idea what they're doing. They probably have not used a notary before. If they have, it's been associated with their job or they go to a bank or something like that. It's definitely not for something of this caliber or importance. So when you come in there and you're like, okay, I'm gonna sit here, you sit here, you sit here, I'm gonna give you these 2 pens, get your ID out, we're gonna do an assembly line, sign here. When you start to do that, then people also follow into suit as well, and they apologize and feel bad when they're throwing off the track. So if you come in there with like boom 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 and they're throwing a wrench in a boom boom boom, it gives them, most times it gives them an opportunity to be self-aware, to be like, oh, like, I'm sorry, I just need to blah blah. Like, yeah, no problem, just grab that and then we're going to get back to this, and that allows you to redirect them as well. So it's a lot of reasons why you can have additional time there, but the biggest thing is like you need to basically like redirect people and have some type of plan or flow when you sit down at the table. Excuse me. And don't feel bad again if you have to let them know, I have another appointment after this, the most I can give is another 10 minutes, I would love for this to be signed and done before I go, so let's just try to wrap it up quicker.
Facts. Yeah, man, this she got a whole lot of questions. Hey, Charlene, you should schedule one-on-one with Tierra. She got a lot of questions there. I didn't know that. Hey, but hey, we giving a lot of value, so let's see. She said, "Thank you both. Can you share why North Carolina give being ordained person a hard, or they give being an ordained person a hard time? I've called county and it's like yes, but not honored. What do you mean by that? They're not honoring that you're an ordained person to marry off?"
So certain states are different. I have heard a lot about North Carolina and people who do online ordination having issues, even though the online ordination, like AMM, American Marriage Ministries, will have like all this education about how online ordination is legal in North Carolina, but then you'll call certain, counties or states or counties or clerks in North Carolina, and they just giving back and forth information. Yeah, I'm sorry. You would definitely have to hop on a call so we can, talk about this or whatever. Or you can go into the Facebook group. There's, officiants that are in North Carolina that are in the Facebook group. I'm from New Jersey. I cannot give you all of North Carolina's marriage laws or why they do certain things because that ain't my state. But my best advice to you is to definitely join the Facebook group and ask some of these questions. And he said, I went to one appointment at a nursing home. They lost a family member. I was their realtor. Family member. I was their realtor was there, but staff could not locate the family member. It was wild. Oh yeah. I mean, stuff like that. You can't, it's nothing you can really do. A lot of things can be outside of your control. I can go do a power of attorney at a hospital, and like as soon as I get there, all of the doctors come in. Like, you know what I mean? It's not really, some things you really don't have control over in terms of extended time. But like I said, put a little bit of urgency in there. Even if you don't have an appointment, just be like, hey, I have another appointment at, whatever that next solid hour is. So we have 30 minutes to get this all done, basically.
Make sure you join the Wedding Efficient Academy. Join the Facebook group. She is the efficient. She's going to get you lined up and get you ready. We're at the hour mark. I think we've given a lot of value today, especially because it's been a while since we've been on. So this was really dope. In summary, y'all, control the terms. Take back the power in your business. Don't be complaining. Get out of these Facebook groups asking for other notaries how I should handle getting payment, or is anyone else dealing with not getting paid 60 to 90 days. It's very frustrating, I understand, but take back your power and you go feel much more better about yourself and your business. As we always do, our shameless plugs, what we got coming up to you.
So, like I said, we have our next virtual social for the month of October, for the month of October, I'm a month ahead. For the month of October, I believe it is the 19th, which is a Thursday. We're super excited. We've loved the virtual space. It has opened up so much, and it just allowed for more conversation to be had outside of just me sharing my experiences or Norman sharing his experiences. We are learning from other officiants and other states with levels of experience that we have not touched yet. So to me, it's just been very helpful. We do a lot of goal setting as well. So if that's something you're interested in, just basically being in a mastermind with other officiants, that is the place to be. And if you need any type of questions, any thoughts, or anything pertaining to officiating, that is my wheelhouse. Yes, I am technically an active notary, but am I actively marketing? No. So come over to the wedding world with me, because that is where I love to be. But as always, I love leveraging L's. I became a notary first, and so I'll always give you like notary tips, tricks, all of that good stuff.
Make sure you sign up, y'all. Hopefully, I'll book my first wedding too in Q4. I mean, it's been a minute since I got a request from Thumbtack, so we shall see.
Thumbtack is do. I feel like you probably would have like more luck on like an organic platform than Thumbtack.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, yeah, because it's funny enough, I don't even get any signings through Thumbtack anymore, which is funny. But ever since I know we're going off topic a little bit, but I know because you can control how much you pay for leads, right?
Yes.
So I ended up like changing that. Ever since I changed how much I pay for leads, I don't get no requests. None. Like,
because okay. I heard that they went up on leads as well. Like even wedding leads. Like when I was doing Thumbtack, wedding leads were like $20 to $25. Now I hear they're like $30, $35. No.
The word got out. People like, yo, go to Thumbtack. That's why the word is out. You know what I've noticed? Whenever someone put the word out about something, the price goes up.
That's facts.
That's why we gotta be quiet. We probably gotta be quiet about certain things. That's probably what that is. Yeah, hopefully I'll book my first wedding, man. Hopefully so, man. I'm gonna talk about it right on here exclusively. What do we got coming up, man? As always, stamper signings, nationwide mobile notary service. I'm always looking for notaries to work with. So, funny enough, while I'm on here, as you see, my attention was kind of diverted a bit. I had got a request for a signing in Littleton, Colorado. So, if anyone on here is in Colorado, tap in with me. I'm looking for a notary in Littleton, Colorado. So, by the time you watch this, I probably would have found someone. But hey, you never know. Reach out to me. The signing is not until next month. So, I'm always looking for notaries to work with. Let me post it here where you can join our network. I post it in here. The post will be in the comments. Hopefully it should be, once this is uploaded, you'll still be able to view the comments and be able to click this link and join. But if not, go to Stamper Network and then just join our network. I'm always looking for notaries to work with. And I'm trying to get back in the swing of things as far as like sending out emails again to my email list and get back to teaching again a bit. I feel like I've had so much success this year with this business model of having a signing agency, a signing service. I really would encourage a lot of notaries to like really get into this space, really learn how to operate this agency because it's always, the competition can be really thick sometimes locally in your area, and it can be really difficult to get business sometimes. So if competition is really tough where you live at, I always encourage people to like expand out. Like there's people out there that don't want to look for a notary, and they would much rather leave it up to someone who's willing to do that. So if you are willing to like sit down and actually look for notaries and hire notaries for your signings, that's going to make your business and make you look much more attractive to clients. So trying to work on an updated class as far as like how to launch your signing agency, how to get everything started. I got the outline already together. I just need to get the class recorded and then I upload it. So, but other than that, join the Stamper Network. I'm always looking for notaries to work with, and I'm looking for someone in Littleton, Colorado. I want to say thank you to my co-host here for jumping on, leveraging your L's, being here consistently. It's been a while since we've done the show. I want to say it's been a while. I'd probably say about 2 weeks or so.
Yeah.
It's been 2 weeks, but it feels like forever, but it feels like that because we actually do this business. We're not just people that are just talking about it and then we just go off to our regular lives. Like, no, we actually do this every single day. So we try to give you real insights and real perspectives on where we come from and how we deal with these things in our business every day. So hopefully you guys got a lot of value from this. You take this information and apply it, take back your power and feel much more confident about what you do in your day-to-day life. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. Make sure you like this video. Give us a thumbs up. Get us in this algorithm to these notaries. Otherwise, we appreciate y'all for tapping in with us. Peace.